Hi everyone, it's Julie here, your pet grief expert. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how grief, including pet grief, can cause you physical pain. So we've all heard that the expression breaking my heart, heartache, dying of a broken heart. Well, actually, grief can give your heart physical symptoms. So it can affect your heart muscles, it can push up your blood pressure, and it can cause blood clots. So there's a reason why over the years those expressions have come into play, because grief really can cause you heartache. Research shows that grief triggers the fight and flight response. So it can give you all the same kind of symptoms as anxiety. So it can give you tension, it can give you panic attacks, or it can make your breathing more difficult. Those can have other knock-on effects as well. So if you've got asthma, you've got double the problem, because you've got asthma and the panic attacks will affect your breathing. But also we know that grief can raise your inflammation levels. So something like asthma that's caused by inflammation in the body, then that can affect that and make it even worse. You can find it difficult to sleep. So maybe it's the thoughts going round and round in your head, but maybe it's the tension and you just can't get yourself to relax, but then you're exhausted all the time. And because you're exhausted and you just can't sleep, everything else gets on top of you. If you've ever experienced that, you'll know what it's like if you can't sleep. You might find that you have tension headaches as well, and that you just seem to ache all over and you can't be bothered, and that can be caused by tension or inflammation. If you've got other inflammatory diseases, so like inflammatory bowel disease or autoimmune problems that's caused by inflammation, all those kinds of things can be affected by your grief. Now what we tend to do is try and treat the symptom. So we might go for a sleeping pill, or we go to the doctor for an anti-anxiety medication, or they'll give you something for depression. But all that does is treat that particular symptom. And if you're still grieving, what you find is that you'll tend to go to another physical symptom. Something else will happen. So you might sleep okay, but you'll be even more tense when you get up. And that's not counting the side effects of any medication you might be on. Now, do not stop any medication without help from your doctor. I must say that, don't just stop. Okay, if you're on medication, you must go and get your medical professional to help to get you off them if that's what you want. Okay, grief can cause so many physical symptoms, and if this sounds like you, if ever since you've started grieving that you get these physical symptoms, then look for help with your grief. I've had so many clients come in the past saying that they can't get rid of a headache, or they can't get rid of this and they can't get rid of that, and no matter what they do, they just can't sleep. And it's usually down to the death of a pet, or sometimes a person as well. But quite often, because the people who come to see me, it's to do with their animals. So yeah, I see a lot of people who are suffering physical symptoms as a result of grieving from their pet. And I hope this has helped. Like I say, get help with your grief. Even if it's not with me, get help with your grief if you're suffering for any of these symptoms. Bye for now, and I'll see you on one of the other videos.